It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. So, as I've been saying in quite a few reactions lately, I just rolled out of bed and there's another diss track, and I'm always here for this. My man, The Game, decided to diss Rick Ross. It's like this Kendrick and Drake stuff has sparked so many other people wanting to come out and just start dissing people. And there was some stuff going on even before them, but I feel like seeing two of the biggest in the game do it, a lot of people is like, you know what? I got some things I got to get off my chest too. So here we are, The Game, Freeway's Revenge. Let's get it in. Let's find out.
Cut open his stomach and stuff bricks in it. Put his body on a scale like it's fish in it. I can see the bitch in him. $20 million home renovation just to slit your wrists in it. Suicide, this is suicide. Rip apart the Maybach, I know the truth's inside. You 12 lemon pepper wings from a heart attack. Academics, get this nigga Ozempic starter pack. Casa knock, hit the room, turn that stream on. Ags buttons by this brief encounter with King Kong.
I just like the way Game raps, and he got that voice. I'm gonna be real though, I've never heard so many Ozempic bars in my life as I have in these last 30 days. Like, that shit is like a recurring topic with a lot of different people. But okay, shout out to Kai Cenat. This man is in all sorts of diss tracks. Yo, hop in the room and put the stream on. That man is crossing boundaries. I love to see it. Ask Joe Budden about his brief encounter with King Kong. Like, this shit is crazy. And by the way, I'm almost positive, right? Freeway is a dude out of Cali. I feel like I used to know this so well, but now I can't recall if this is who I'm thinking of. But I'm pretty sure the original Freeway, Rick Ross, yeah, I think it was right, the same exact name. That's where Rick Ross got his name from, was a dude in Cali that I want to say used to play tennis. And he started to sell drugs to actually fuel his tennis career, like to get money so he could get himself where he wanted to be, buy the shit he needed and stuff like that. And it just kind of turned into a drug empire, so to speak. And he's the one person that ended up getting out of jail because I think he taught himself while he was in jail, like read a lot of law books and stuff like that, and got out on a loophole, if I'm not mistaken. And I haven't heard anything from him in a minute. I'm sure he's still out here doing some things, but
wings from a heart attack. Academics, get this nigga Ozempic starter pack. Casa knock, hit the room, turn that stream on. Ags buttons by this brief encounter with King Kong. This ain't the Kendrick beef. My Drake sing song, shots ring out. Your neighbor better have his ring on. Clock swing out, doors open like a swing on. Pac lean out, Machiavelli with the ring on. Ops is out, they on the same shit that we on. Hospital, wheelchair, hair wrap, sling on.
Yo, Game cooking right now. My man said Pac, yo, what did he say? Pac lean out Machiavelli with his ring on. Like, that time period of Pac was when he was probably the most volatile. Yo, okay, this shit actually kind of hard. I like this.
Sing song, shots ring out. Your neighbor better have his ring on. Clock swing out, doors open like a swing on. Pac lean out, Machiavelli with the ring on. Ops is out, they on the same shit that we on. Hospital, wheelchair, hair wrap, sling on. It's payback punk for the drama you tried to bring on. Maybach trunks, type of shit that we eat our wings on. My K-Dot shit, I don't have to turn the beam on. It's that time of the month, get this pussy something to bleed on. Your baby mama told me that you like to get peed on. You a CEO, that's the last time you had keys on. And we know you treat gunplay like he a peon. And he know some shit that ain't cool for him to speak on.
My man said, your girl said you like to get peed on. What's it with people liking that? I mean, I guess it's, listen, your kink is your kink. You do what you do, whatever you enjoy, I guess, as long as you all of age. Have fun with it. That shit just mad weird to me. I ain't trying to get peed on. I don't want nothing to do with that. That just sounds odd. Listen, I'm gonna need some water drop emojis for everybody that's down to get peed on in the comments. Let me know. I feel like ain't nobody gonna actually post it, but I feel like there's quite a few people that seem like they into that shit. It's odd to me. It's a little bit odd to me. But I like the CO. The only time that you had keys online. Obviously, the CO stuff has been played with him by everybody at this point, but I don't know if I've heard one exactly like that, because right, as a CO, you got the keys to all the cells, but Rick Ross be always talking about how he's moving keys and all this other shit that we know isn't true.
Like to get peed on, you a CEO, that's the last time you had keys on. And we know you treat gunplay like he a peon. And he know some shit that ain't cool for him to speak on. My PO said this ain't the record that we agreed on. Then cut it off like the ankle monitor for the beep on. My niggas will learn French just to get they steam on. In Cali with calicos, don't need Cali to get his scream on. We the West, free the guys, I gotta free the West. I'm muy loco, I don't need a vest. I'm watching Scarface and cleaning text. Shots gonna be direct. Have you been through Cedar yet? When cars pull up, we do explosives and heater checks. The lights flick, the dogs bark, and niggas sleeping less. Under palm trees, we got them choppers that'll eat your flesh. The real Rick Ross know every bird gotta leave a nest. You stole your name, I pulled your facts. You look that big and stole the staff. Facts. I smell pussy, that odor fat. You ain't sold no birds, you trolled the owl.
I would say, I guess it depends on what he means by you stole big style. Because take the diss that he just did to Drake recently. I feel like Rick Ross actually sounded more like he was delivering a Tupac verse, more so than anything. I've not listened to a whole lot of his music, but I don't know that I would have given him the big style as far as like if I would have labeled him with that. But maybe being a bigger dude, maybe he's talking more so the way he dresses and carries himself. Could be a lot of different ways that he's looking at it. But there also might be some songs that do sound like big. I just am not super familiar with them. But I like this. The whole gunplay shit makes you curious. He's like, he knows some shit that you can't speak on. Like, this is actually kind of fire. The only thing I would say is that there are parts where he starts to go on to talk more about himself. Some of it builds up to a bar, like it ended with the real Freeway Rick Ross bar, but like leading up to it and stuff, he's like, you know, we do this, we do that, we got the cars that have this and that. And I feel like you should always be direct at, like, just always be talking about them. Find a way to spin that last bar, but in a way where you're talking about Rick Ross throughout it, right? So it's like nonstop at that person, because I feel like there are a lot of diss tracks where the person will kind of take a step back and they start talking about what they do and how they're badass or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And those always kind of throw me off a little bit. And I like that it didn't seem like Drake and Kendrick did that. Kendrick talked about some stuff in the beginning of some of his disses, but it was for a purpose, right? Like the one where he was talking about, God, you have my confessions, but I got to go to war. Like, it was more so his way of just saying, like, you know, I have to do this, and trying to get out just the way he feels about something, which in my opinion tied into the overall verse. But for the most part, the verses, once they got into each other, they just was going hard with it.
Heated checks, the
No
lights
Diddy.
flick, the dogs bark, and niggas sleeping less. Under palm trees, we got them choppers that'll eat your flesh. The real Rick Ross know every bird gotta leave a nest. You stole your name, I pulled your facts. You look that big and stole the staff. Facts. I smell pussy, that odor fat. You ain't sold no birds, you trolled the owl. Draco flick, it's like the light on the Carter 4. Bad kid, good city. I studied the art of war. Run into that hand-me-down mansion and lock up all the doors.
I like how he played with some of the albums, like The Art of War, which is it's a dope book, actually. You know, but as far as like everything else he said before that, what did he say?
Draco flick, it's like the light on the Carter 4. Bad kid, good city.
Carter 4, Bad Kid, Good City. Okay, I like this. I like this beat change up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I enjoyed that last one, but I feel like I'm gonna like this more.
I studied the art of war. Run into that hand-me-down mansion and lock up all the doors. Stop with all that raving. Nigga, you not from Baltimore. I don't wanna hear about no fish tanks and marble floors, no spiral steps, no swimming pools, no hors d'oeuvres, no automobiles, no car shows, no pinky rings, no umbrellas in the car doors. Introduce me and my connect to that Colombian you chopped that raw for. Was it?
Okay, he's rapping a little bit fast over it. It's working. Like, he's on beat. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just a little bit quick. I gave that Raven Baltimore line a way too big of a woo. Like, I act like that shit was the hardest bar that I ever heard in my life. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't that crazy.
No fish tanks and marble floors, no spiral steps, no swimming pools, no hors d'oeuvres, no automobiles, no car shows, no pinky rings, no umbrellas in the car doors. Introduce me and my connect to that Colombian you chopped that raw for. It wasn't fabricated. The lies you tell are getting saturated. What happened to the birds in the Maserati? They just evaporated? Boss. That shit be too exaggerated. Fucking with a Compton nigga, get your head decapitated. Leonard DiCaprio, all that cap like you activated. I just bought 100 for yacht and it was captivating. Congratulations, what an imagination. From CO to drug kingpin, now this nigga acting Haitian. The stories these niggas tell.
Let's
he gon'
go.
Tell us he got a key for every nigga he locked in a cell. He gon' tell us he just bought another crib. He living well, but he won't tell us about his health condition. He sick as hell, he popping pills. They starting to fuck with his brain. Seizures off the lean. Balenciaga shorts got shit stains. He not a mastermind. He got it. Line after line. Laid back in the Maybach, making up shit just to pass the time. He think he Big Meech. Free Larry Hoover. Miami a big beach. Now watch how I maneuver. I don't tippy toe. I know plenty zones that pull up in semi trucks, hop out and let a semi go. So let me know. I let the boys and them drop Chevys go. It's humid in the 305, but they pushing heavy snow. Compton Grand Reaper, I make you reap with the devil. So walking through live with the same odds niggas had in belly though. This ain't the new Death Row, this the old Harry O.
Yo. Okay, he cooking now. Now that he done slowed it down, so I feel like this man is cooking. Hold up. I wanted to let him roll for a minute there, but
He think he Big Meech. Free Larry.
hold on. We might even have to go back a little bit further.
He sick as hell, he popping pills.
Talking about his health. I don't know if there's anything wrong with Rick Ross health-wise, but this is what I'm saying. You find an angle and you start digging in.
They starting to fuck with his brain. Seizures off the lean. Balenciaga shorts got shit stains. He not a mastermind. He got it. Line after line. Laid back in the Maybach. Making up shit just to pass the time. He think he Big Meech. Free Larry Hoover. Miami a big beach. Now watch how I maneuver. I don't tippy toe. I know plenty Zos that pull up in semi-trucks. Hop out and let a semi go. So let me know. I let the boys in them drop Chevys go. It's humid in the 305. But they pushing heavy snow. Compton Grand Reaper. I make you reap with the devil, so walking through live with the same odds niggas had in Belly though.
That's fire. For anybody that does not know what Belly is, you guys got to watch that movie. It's got Nas in it. It's got DMX. It's not even like the greatest well put together movie, but I just feel like it's just a classic for the time that it came out in hip hop and the music in it and stuff like that. And I absolutely loved that movie. And in the intro, one of my favorite things ever. So that's why that bar hits so hard for me. Everybody that's watched it, you know what I'm talking about. They walk in. I think it's green. Like the eyes are like green. That music that plays, it's an epic moment. It's an epic moment in movies for hip hop history. Like I really rate that one.
Grand Reaper, I make you reap with the devil, so walking through live with the same odds niggas had in Belly though. This ain't the new Death Row, this the old Harry O. Game is one of them niggas, Blue Da Vinci, Meech and Terry know, so my advice is let it go. Oh.
And that Harry O line, I want to say is that a TV show? Does Rick Ross say this is the new Death Row? See, I'm not familiar, but if he does, that would make more sense because Harry O was like a detective show. And him obviously having been a CO, so it's almost like him saying this ain't the new Death Row, it's a new Harry O. Like let's stop playing with these people.
Oh, I almost forgot, fuck Bel Air, it's West Side, we let the Henny flow. So when that muzzle smoke and that thing hot, even when the camera out of focus, just know the beam not. Run up on you, clean shots, look down on you, flash on like an iPhone, take to the ceiling with the screen lock. This nigga drug women, that's how your team rock. And all that money you rap about gon' get you a mean plot. But in the meantime, I'ma let your fake fiends cop, and I know you doing your thing, but this is where the wings stop.
Wingstop being I'm assuming that's why he played on that. Wingstop being a place where you can order some wings. I don't think we have one around here where I live. I just know of it from when I travel. Yeah, okay, I can rock with this. I'm curious if Rick Ross is gonna respond. I don't think that he's going to because I feel like the game's name doesn't pull nearly as much weight as it used to, obviously, back when he was on G Unit. And I just don't think that Rick Ross is going to roll with it because he's probably thinking, listen, there's high risk, low reward, right? Like I got to try to rap better than this man and outdiss him and stuff like that. And not that many people really care who he is anymore, at least not like they used to. I do because I'm a hip hop fan, right? Like I've been around, so I rock with the game, you know, to an extent. I didn't know that this was going to be any good at first because the Black Slim Shady, although it wasn't horrible, it was more like like he was saying good things about Eminem. So it was just like, it was an odd track, but then he also tried to diss him. So that was a weird time period for the game, I feel like. But this one came across pretty dope. I enjoyed this. I feel like there was a few parts where he kind of just goes off talking about different shit. Like it was dope bars, but like selling snow in Florida and like different things like that weren't really directed at Rick Ross, but it did lead into a diss at the very least. So I give him that. That's good. But I overall, I thought this was pretty fire. I think I think the game will cook Ross in a back and forth diss track personally. I thought Rick Ross's response to Drake was all right. I didn't think some people I feel like bigged it up, but it no offense to anybody that I saw tweeting about it, but a lot of people that I saw tweeting about it, not really big Drake fans. So I feel like that kind of pushes you to be a little bit more biased and be like, yo, this shit got him. Like, that's it. You know, like, and that's fine. Like, we all kind of have our biases in our different ways and our favorites and people that we don't really like hearing and shit like that. So I don't blame people, but it seemed like it was more so coming from that faction of people than people that were just unbiased. Like, yo, this is actually dope. So I didn't think it was the greatest. I thought Rick did his thing, but I don't know that he can go back to back with Game. I feel like eventually my man is going to drown. So we'll find out. Let me know what you guys thought down below. Diss track season is still alive. I'm here for it. We're going to be live tonight and tomorrow night about 8 p.m. Eastern on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DuaneTV. listening to music, talking about things. Anything else happens, I'm sure we'll have a discussion about it there. Yesterday, I baked an apple pie on my stream. You probably don't care, but I just wanted to let you know because it was actually a good time, and I cooked a badass pie. So I'm pretty excited with myself. It was my first pie I ever made. We're gonna do some more cooking at some point soon. Shout out to Gracie. She's gonna give me a Mexican recipe, and I'm a masterpiece it. We're gonna find out. I'm not really good at cooking, but I think I can figure this shit out. So anyways, I'm chatting at this point. Take it easy, stay safe. I'll catch you in the next one, homies.